Hello, YouTube! Fnorty Buzzard here, and it's Nameless, episode 5. So I'm starting things off over here being where I used to assign villagers to their jobs. We went ahead and tore all this down. I tore down the villager breeder, and I also tore down the iron farm. I reset the village at the top of the raid farm, severing it from the main base where we got all our villagers to trade with. And it fixed it. We did all that on stream. And the very last thing I had yet to do was come back over here and get all the materials that we had traded from the villagers we acquired. So I'm going to go ahead, get all this done, and then we're going to move on to another project. So I thought I'd hit the record button. Some of you might have noticed when I was out there, I had the bad omen, and I forgot, and here I am, came wandering back to base. So the thing that got me to rage quit, I'm not going to rage quit, I've got something to do today, and it's not for me, and it's not going to involve being around the base. Oh goodness, there's the horn. So I'm going to grab a couple shulkers, and we'll do a couple cuts so we don't have to listen to those guys hem and haw at me while I get ready to get out of here. I'm going to want some rails and such because we're going to be moving entities. I'm going to want some glass to build this out of, and I think red glass is going to fit in well. I may even make up some white glass. There's the horn again. I may even make up some white glass to take along with us. So I thought I'd cut back here in the nether. Who knew the nether would be more peaceful than the overworld? At least for the time being it is. And we've got a box of things. So we've got some rails and some minecarts, lever to power our powered rails. As I said, we're going to be moving some things. And then mostly red glass. We got some white glass. And then if we want solid blocks, I've got the red and the white. It'll match where we're building. Ice so that we can have water. And if we need ice, we'll have ice. And then 2 fence gates. That's about all we're going to need, aside from in the future, we're going to have to put down some beds. So where we're going is the base of another member called Nameless. So we'll pop on through to her base. So here we are. Nameless. I said leaves. That's awkward. Nameless, I think I did it again. Manda lives here in the jungle. All these leaves around. I'm getting distracted. I love what she's done here. I love the mushrooms, and that might be an indicator as to why I think the red and white for what we're going to be building for her will fit in quite nicely. Although it's kind of going to be hidden because it's going to be inside of the large mushroom. It looks better without a tree in front of it. But yes, we're going to be building inside this large mushroom. We're going to be building a villager breeder. I know, kind of ironic. I just tore down my breeder and Jabba's just tore all that stuff down and said I wasn't going to mess with villagers for a while. But that's what we do. We help people out. So we're going to put together a villager breeder. Now, I do believe she wants to drop them. Go down the ladder, Fnorty. She wants them to come all the way down to here. And then be able to come out this way. She's already gone ahead and decorated. So I am going to poke about. She said, break the blocks I need to make it happen. So we're going to poke about, see what we can break, what space we have, and come up with an idea for a villager breeder for Nameless. Let's get to it. So I thought the best spot to start with would be where we're going to retrieve our villagers. So this is the wall she wants to take them away from. I told her we would I'd like to try and put in a minecart pickup system so she can push a button and it'll take a villager off for her using a minecart. Now this does look like it's not lined up. However, what I plan on doing is they will actually stop on that level. There will be water there. It'll push them this way, that being the floor. They'll drop down, probably dig this out a little bit more, and then they'll get washed right up to here where they can be picked up using a minecart right from this block. So I'm going to I'll play around with some redstone and see what I can come up with as far as getting a minecart to dispense. And then we'll need a bit of an incline so that it'll kind of bob back and forth until there is a villager inside. Again, I'm going to play around with it, and we'll see you when I've done so. So I've gotten into building this, and to be honest, I entirely forgot to be recording a bit. I've done a lot of work, so we've got now a system set up so that the villagers, like I said before, are going to flow in from up there. They're going to land in this water. They're going to wind up in this corner over here, and she can push a button, and the minecart will bounce back and forth until it picks up a villager. Once a villager is inside, it'll gain the momentum and take it off wherever she needs to take them. If I go ahead and pillar back up, a little bit of a lag spike, go ahead and pillar all the way back up to the tip top of this mushroom. You can see the bit of work I did off camera. Should be reaching it very shortly. Like I said, I don't know what came over me. I just entirely forgot to stop recording. So I kind of just jumped into this. It's very similar to the villager breeder I built for myself. Let's go ahead and get all this back in. Very similar to the villager breeder I built for myself. We just need to get that fence gate back in. I broke it so I could go down and record a bit, because like I said, I forgot entirely. So that'll go there. We can get rid of the stone pillar there, get ourselves 2 villagers on top, feed them some crops, and they will drop us a baby down there once we get ourselves some beds up here. So I suppose I'm going to get a hold of Manda. She's actually online there. She popped by, saw me working on the bits, and we're going to try and get villagers into this thing. Mandalise has appointed Rogue to give me a hand, so hopefully that'll help us get these villagers up and into the breeding cells much more quickly. I'll keep the camera rolling just in case there are shenanigans. So yes, I got crops for Mandalise. We're going to come in here. Also got these job blocks we can put down now. And encourage these guys to take jobs and start making babies. Let's put one down there. Put one down there. Hopefully we should see them sync up there. Let's Go ahead and break a block. She's asking if we need more. We will have to see. I'm going to go ahead and try and get this so that it's going to land right on the fence gate. And it looks like they're taking it. Yep, they picked it all up. So we should see, hopefully here soon, hearts and babies falling through. So we've got them their beds. We have got them their job blocks. And we gave them enough food. They started throwing bread at each other. It looks like they're not picking up any more of the wheat. And told Amanda I'm going to go ahead and step away from it. Get into doing a few other things. And told her, stop by, stay in the area. Keep an eye on them. Hopefully they'll start breeding soon. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get back to base, clean out our shulker, clean out our inventory, and get into the next project I'd like to get into out at the mega base. So I'm back to base and I've got everything unpacked, and I am abruptly reminded that I left myself a raid here at base. So I'm going to have to go ahead and clear them on out of here. Fight myself another raid. I suppose I'll show you me doing that. So I decided while I fought this raid, I would do one of these fancy little time-lapse chat type things. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the future of the channel as far as Nameless SMP is concerned. By the time this video has come out, the Nether update will have come out, and I've been talking in the Discord and on stream over at Twitch TV. I'm going to be opening a new realm. I've been waiting for the Nether update to come out. I didn't want to open one up and then have to reset the Nether. We're going to wait a little bit after the launch of the Nether, but I'm going to be opening a realm, and from within that realm, I'm going to be starting a brand new Let's Play series. We're starting from scratch. I do kind of feel bad that we jumped into Nameless very into the end game, and we didn't really get to see how I like to build everything up from nothing to everything. But don't worry, I will still be making Nameless content. There may be the occasional video here on YouTube, but I still will also be streaming over at twitch.tv/FnortyBuzzard. I don't think I say that enough. I stream over on Twitch. We have lots of fun. We have sound alerts. We've got all sorts of stuff. But I won't be alone in the realm. I will be joined by a couple other members. They're community members, a couple people I've met from Nameless, and are hoping to also add maybe a couple other content creators, get some other points of view from inside that realm. That being said, if you are interested in joining in the realm, being part of a survival multiplayer, we'd like to have a large economy and a very good community. If you'd like to be part of that, go down into the description below, jump into our Discord, say hello, and we can get to know you and quite possibly have you up into the FnortyBuzzard realm, which we haven't named yet either. We've got to get to naming that. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and finish off this raid. These last two guys were pretty hard to find. I can't tell you that. We'll finish off this raid and we'll go ahead and get into the project that we actually wanted to do. Let's get to it. So I thought I'd cut back in, clearing out some more of the land to keep extending it. Thought we could take a look at exactly what we're building. So we want to farm dark oak here. So we've got our 4x4s spaced out 5 blocks apart, and we're just going to keep extending it. I've decided to go with lime concrete and green concrete as the floor, so we're not going to be hitting it with our axe. I know that's my shovel, not my axe. But yeah, I think it's coming along nicely. We're going to run rails underneath, but this is all the concrete I've got left. That's all the lime I've got. That's all the green I've got. So I'm going to have to head to shopping and buy some. I want to be lazy. I've got loads of diamonds, so it's time to go spend some real quick so we can get more materials to build this. I might even stop. I'm not sure how many powered rails I have in my possession, so I'll stop by the gold shop and also buy myself some powered rails. So I made my trip to the shopping district. Might have noticed if I showed a clip of getting in my end chest. So we had a stream the other day. I ran into another fortress. I didn't end up raiding it on stream. I did after stream, off camera. I got myself another nether skull, wither skeleton skull. Jeez. And then 3 diamonds in a loot chest there. Nothing else really in particular. I thought I'd keep these to the side just to be able to show them off. Say that I have acquired them. Thought I'd cut back in here. I've got half the railway in place. We've got it so that one minecart will travel all of this side, flow over that hopper, and drop off our items for us. But that's all I have in rails there in my hand. 31 rails is all I've got left. So I'm going to have to craft some or try and buy some. I don't think anyone sells regular rails. I think some people sell iron. We're going to have to do what we can to try and get this all set up. But I could show you the end of the track. So it's actually an odd formation. Let me go ahead and turn that back into a hopper with a minecart. So we have an odd number, so it can't go on a full loop. So what I've done out here on the end is on the very last one, we just hooked out and around past the end of each curve, and then it will travel all the way down, and I have forced it to turn and go straight back down our original straightaway from which it launches from. Let me get rid of these slimes. I'm going to get rid of these slimes and try and get my hands on some more regular rails and keep pushing to get this project completed. So I was actually able to scrounge up a bunch of iron from around the base and make ourselves plenty of iron rails to finish this off. Now we just need to fill in all of this with concrete. Some of the concrete will be poked out and glowstone put in its place with carpet on top to keep all the monsters from spawning inside of my manual tree farm. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to keep on grinding away, get this built up. Also, I have been messing around in my head with how we want to do the edges here. Of course, we want to cover it up. We don't want to see the minecarts bouncing around, and we also need to come up with a way to keep the minecarts from constantly going. I also need to replace that so it doesn't get stuck on that rail and not take off from the next time. So yeah, still much to do. Just thought I'd stop back and say, we got the iron. We didn't need to go spend any of our diamonds. And I'm going to keep grinding away at it. So I've just noticed I made a mistake here. Because we want to be able to collect all the saplings from when a tree falls, and we want them to be able to grow properly, we've spaced the trees out 5 blocks apart. And we've done that on all the edges, except for this edge, where I put the collection system. And I think we might hopefully have just enough iron to finish that off. And yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and do that. Uh-oh. Little oops. Hopefully it shouldn't be too hard to fix. Just drag these rails out and move the chest in the hopper. And a little bit more concrete. So, more grinding. Fix one of my boo-boos. Hello again. It's many days later. I made the big mistake of recording a bunch of clips without my microphone on, so I wasn't really actually explaining anything. I had a stream, and we wound up changing up the design. I wanted it to mimic more the Mega Tree Farm, and then also, after that stream, I put in minecart unloaders. So yeah, it's much later. I'm editing this episode down, and yeah, my outro clip was muted. So this is now the outro clip. Many days later, the tree farm is now complete. We've got the hopper minecarts running to pick up all the saplings, and everybody is in the nether. As you can see, enjoying the nether update. I myself am going to go ahead and start exploring that. I'm very excited, as I'm sure the rest of you are. Woo, we got a tree. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you've really liked it, consider subscribing. Catch episode 6, yes. Catch episode 6. I still haven't got my numbers wrong yet. All that being said, my name is Sonority Buzzard, and I'll catch you later.